Hi there. It's lovely to be praying with you today. Okay, so today's first reading is from the prophet Ezekiel, a priest and prophet who was writing during the time of the Babylonian exile, which was a time of great national distress and mourning. Like other prophets, he does not mince his words. Listen to what he says. Woe to the shepherds of Israel who have been pasturing themselves. Should not shepherds rather pasture sheep? You have fed off their milk, worn their wool, and slaughtered their fatlings, but the sheep you have not pastured. You did not strengthen the weak, or heal the sick, or bind up the injured. You did not bring back the strayed, nor seek the lost, but you lorded it over them, harshly and brutally. So they were scattered for the lack of a shepherd, and became food for all the wild beasts. My sheep were scattered and wandered over all the mountains and high hills. My sheep were scattered over the whole earth, with no one to look after them or search for them. We can hear in Ezekiel's words a sense of deep sadness, bewilderment, isolation, and abandonment. Where have all the shepherds gone? To put it another way, where is the leadership in this nation? Why are those who are charged with the healing, care, and guidance of this nation instead feeding off of it? When you look at it in the actual Bible, this reading is under the heading Parable of the Shepherds. We know that in the New Testament, Jesus used parables to teach. The parable of the mustard seed or the parable of the friend at midnight. So it makes sense that he would have inherited this from his religious tradition, which, let's remember, was Judaism. So the word parable comes from the Greek word parabole, meaning a comparison. In other words, it's a simple story using everyday things to teach us about God and God's kingdom by drawing comparisons between God's kingdom, which can be hard to grasp, and things that we already know about. I don't know. I don't know anything about there being a failure of leadership in this country, or that those in charge are, I don't know, feeding off of those they are supposed to be caring for. Don't know anything about that. I'll say one other thing. A few verses later, after the sadness and bewilderment and abandonment, Ezekiel says one other thing of interest. Thus says the Lord God, I swear I am coming against these shepherds. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget to register to vote.